Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Do me a favor, double tap on that screen as you come into the room. Y'all already know this is Morning Walk Word and Worship with your girl, Street Poet, and the Chosen Family. We do this every single morning, Monday through Friday, starting at 8:10 from 8:10 until 9:30. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand rising, rich rising, happy new day. As you guys are coming into the room, do me a favor, double tap on each one of these screens. As you're coming into the room, go ahead and double tap on each one of the screens. How y'all doing? IG, I see y'all popping in here. Go ahead and double tap on that screen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Do me a favor, double tap on that screen. Don't just pop in. Pop in, let me know that you are here. Let me know you are here. Good morning, Tia. Good morning, Heather Smith, Miss Hickman. How you doing this morning, man? Y'all double tap on the screen. And Marie, thank you so much coming in with the flowers already. I appreciate that. Over there on TikTok, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Send me some love over here on Facebook. Can we get our 200 stars? We need to get 10 badges over there on IG. I'm going to go ahead and get this. Let me pull this back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And hopefully I didn't off-center us too much. Good morning to each and every one of you guys as y'all are popping in this morning. How y'all doing this morning? Go ahead, double tap on that screen. Double tap on that screen. Let me get the 200 stars over there on Facebook so that we can get started up for the morning. Hoping and praying y'all had a good night's rest. Takesha, thank you so much, Takesha. I appreciate you. Who else was that? Danielle White. Okay, what's going on, y'all? Danielle White, appreciate y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, Benny say mine's stuck again. It be sticking up over there on you, Benny. I don't know what that thing be doing to my girl over there. That thing be bothering my girl every morning. She's sick of it. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning, man? Grand rising, rich rising, happy new day to each and every one of you guys. Hoping and praying, right, that you guys are in y'all best moods this morning. Good morning to you. She says you had a late night workout. Okay. Purple Flowers 93. I appreciate that badge. Come on, Sakome. Okay. There go 3. I got 3 badges thus far. I need 7 more badges over there on IG so that we can reach our starting goal over here on TikTok. We are at 2.5. The goal is to get us to 10K. That's right, because we want to be on everybody's For You page. That's right. We want everybody to get some words, some motivation, some inspiration, some confirmation on this morning. So over there on TikTok, go ahead and hit that share button, double tapping on that screen and whatnot. Bring in your best friend and your best friend's friend, right? Go ahead and bring them on into the live too, because see, they be getting on your nerve with all that whining and complaining. So you go, bring them on over here so we can get them together. That way we, you know what I'm saying? They can get off your nerve. They can get off your nerve. What's going on with you, Lily? How you doing? What's going on, Michelle Sims? Good morning, Grand Rising. Gigi McGrose, appreciate you so much. Sunshine Vibe 607, I appreciate you so much. I see the badges are coming through. We need 5 more badges on IG to reach our badge goal. We are currently at 3.8 over here. Double tap on that screen for me this morning as you're coming in. You guys already know all week, for the past 3 weeks, we have been talking about what? Operating with that Christ conscious. Operating with Christ conscious. Not only operating with it when it's convenient for us, but also operating when it's also inconvenience, when it's difficult, when it's pushing us to do things that we don't want to do, right? And we understand the importance of doing those things anyway, because we realize that once we take on the mindset of Christ, right, we're no longer showing up as ourselves. We're no longer showing up as ourselves, the person that we used to be. How the Bible says the old man is gone and the new is here. And we're currently walking in that new. Thank you, Miss Taylor. We're currently walking in that new and embracing that new every single day, right? So when we wake up, we have started this week, and I've been telling you guys all week long to do what? Make it a practice of laying that old self down each and every morning before you even get out the bed, as soon as you gain your consciousness, go ahead and lay it right then and there. God, I decrease so that you can increase in my life. Have your way in my life. Right then, right there. But yet you let the devil know before you even get out of the bed, I am not for your mess today. I'm letting you know before my day gets started, I'm not even for your mess today. I need for you to know that I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to have a beautiful day. And even if things don't go the way that I want them to go, it's still a blessing to be a part of the day. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I appreciate you. What you say, Coach? Even if things don't go the way that I want them to go, understand this is the type of mindset that I want you guys to develop. This is the type of mindset that I want you guys to operate in every single day. Every single day, I want you to operate in this type of mindset where you wake up and you say, God, I decrease so that you can increase inside of my life, God. Right then, right there, right before you even get out of bed, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to be in a good mood. I'm going to have great energy. Understand me? Before you even get out of the bed, right? Because when you get your knees on prayer, that's a whole nother prayer. I'm talking about when you first gain your consciousness. You let the enemy know expeditiously. Even if things don't go the way that I want them to go, it's still going to be a good day. Thank you, Sheba Love. I appreciate you. It's still going to be a good day. Why? Because it was somebody that wanted to be here this morning and they are not here this morning. It's somebody that wanted this opportunity to be able to experience this brand new day and they did not have that opportunity. So for those reasons alone, I'm going to be grateful. For those reasons alone, I'm going to have a praise in my heart, in my spirit. So every day that I wake up, it's going to be a good day. Right? Living testimony every day that I wake up, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day from the start to the finish. From the start to the finish, so much so that it's going to be some folk that's going to be looking at me crazy. I get it. Some people going to be looking at me crazy. Some people going to be judging me. Some people going to be looking at the outer. Look at Tia. She dancing already. Baby, see, this is what I've been trying to tell y'all. You never know what another person is going through. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on. You never know what another person is going through. And one thing that I do believe is sometimes you have to give God the ugliest praise. You know what I'm saying? And when you see people giving the ugliest praise, that means that they be really going through something. See, it's one thing when you, but it's another thing when you start, just the word alone, just the excitement of knowing who you are and what you are and how you're moving in my life. And it just, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. Those that know, they know. Understand? Those that know, those that understand, they understand. The thing about this right here is the more that you're operating with that Christ conscious and you're moving like Christ, you're responding to life like Christ, your actions, your desires, your thoughts, and everything are lining up with the mindset of Christ, right? Now you're becoming something completely different than what you were before, right? Now you're becoming something that you've never been before. And one of the things about it is you have to start looking at folk in their face. And I told them this when I was in Detroit. You have to look at folks and tell them, don't be concerned about the person that I used to be. Hello, somebody, would you say, Coach, don't be concerned about the person that I used to be. Understand me? You should be worried about this person that I'm becoming. Inside of my chat real quick, I just want y'all to write becoming in bold letters, big bold letters, right? Because as you continue to operate with your Christ conscious, your transformation is in fact taking place. And it's taking place. Yeah, I want you to know it. It's the becoming. I'm experiencing a becoming. She said, wait a minute, you got to say that again, Coach. I see you over there. See, you want to be turned early. We just got here. But I'm going to say it again, though. Once you start operating with that Christ conscious, when you start operating with that Christ conscious and you're deep diving into that scriptures, into that word, right? And you start transforming, it starts changing the way that you think. It starts changing your actions, your desires, your thoughts. Everything starts to shift. You are now experiencing what we call the becoming, right? So I want you guys to put the becoming. I want you to put it inside the chat. I want big bold letters. I want you to say it like how you mean it. I want you to type it like how you mean it. I want to make sure that if we have any monitoring spirits inside of our chat, any monitoring spirits that's on any of these platforms, that they see your name and they see becoming right outside your name so that they fully understand that you are no longer the person that you used to be, that you are actually experiencing a becoming. So their worry should not be about the person that that you used to be. They should be over there mad concerned about the person that you're becoming, because the one that you're becoming is going to be the one that's going to make their chest hurt. The one that you're becoming is going to be the one they really going to be sick of. The one that you're becoming is going to be the one that's really going to have them frustrated, aggravated, and annoyed. The one that you're becoming is going to be the one that have the boundaries, that have the standards, that have the confidence. Understand me? Yeah. You are not the same person. I'm not. It's going to make their chest hurt. One thing about becoming is this, right? The word becoming, it means as you're operating with Christ conscious, you start to enter a transformational stage of your life. That transformational stage I like to call the becoming. So when I looked up becoming, because I had to make sure that it made sense, right? Got to give you stuff that makes sense. So becoming, it means, get your ink pens out, because this is worth a note. This is worth some ink right here. This is worth some ink. It says to become means to grow, to change, and to transform. And y'all saints, give me a second. Y'all want to, hey, hold on. The folks on the right, they listen, hold on. We gonna get through this message. I got stuff to do. We gonna get through this message. We are not tearing virtual church up too early. I got to give you this message. We will not tear up virtual church this early. Becoming. This is why it was so important that you spoke it over your life. This is why it was so important that you put it in big bold letters, right? Look at Kim. Hold on now. Y'all got to give me a second now. Listen, it says becoming. Write it in your notes. Write it in your notes. It says to become means to grow, to change, and to transform. To become means to grow, to change, to transform. This is what this means. So as we, ready to turn up. So as we continue on our spiritual journey of growth and development, it's now not shocking to us that things that we used to be into, things that we used to be attracted to, ways that we used to move, now it's not surprising to us that we're no longer interested in those things, that we're no longer impressed by those things. We're no longer looking at those things and blown away by those things. We're now looking at those things as disgust, right? Now when we look at those things, we are turned off. Now when we look at those things, and we are unhappy about the way that we behave. We are dissatisfied with ourselves, because now when we look at ourselves, we're looking at ourselves outside of ourselves. Come on. What'd you say, Coach? Now when you start operating with Christ conscious, this is worth ink, baby. This is worth ink. When you start operating with that Christ conscious, you start to see yourself outside yourself. So it's not, I'm just helping some folk, because we've been on this for like 3 weeks, and people are experiencing changes in their life, and changes in their behaviors, and changes in their thought patterns, and they're becoming afraid of who they are becoming, because they've never experienced this level of peace, this level of joy, this level of serenity before in their life. When you've been around chaos and drama and dysfunction your whole entire life, when you start to live a life that is a peaceful life, it's unfamiliar to you, and you don't know how to accept that. You start to look at it and you become afraid by it, and you think that somebody got some type of motive. Understand? She says, currently me, right? Don't worry, baby, I'm gonna help you out. When you just seen that your whole entire life, then yes, it's different for you. It's different for you. You have mixed feelings about that thing. You like, man, I like this feeling that I got. I like what I'm doing in my life. I feel, really satisfied by this thing, and it's really working for me. But there's a part of me that's very much reserved. When it's reserved, standoffish, Coach, with it. I know that I'm not all the way in, because if I go all the way in, I also know what is going to be the requirement. See, if I go all the way in, Coach, I know that there's going to be some things that's going to shift in that thing. It's going to be some folk I'm going to have to let go. It's going to be some folk that I'm going to have to separate from. I'm going to have to distance myself from, because now that I'm working on myself and my development, I've been putting in this and doing this, and now I'm able to see things so different right now, and I know that they are not the person that I thought that they were. So if I go all the way in, that's now going to mean that I'm going to have to do what? Hold them accountable. Ooh, the becoming is so powerful. I'm gonna have to do what I'm gonna have to hold them accountable, but I'm gonna also have to hold myself accountable. Because when I get into that situation where I'm able to see exactly who you are, what you are, and how you do, understand me. Now I'm responsible for doing what? Governing myself accordingly. I'm responsible for governing myself accordingly, because if I see that you are toxic, if I see that you are manipulative, if I see that you are no good for me, and I continue to deal with you on that level, then you are no longer responsible for the pain that I felt. I'm responsible for it. Understand me. When I know better and I still go and do it, if I know who you are and I still go and do it, when I have seen who you were at your core self and I still stay connected to you, it's no longer your fault. Whatever it is that you do to me, I now have to take full responsibility for that, because that is something that's something that I was very much aware of, and I still dealt with it anyway. I pushed my feelings to the side. Understand me. I pushed what I knew over to the side, which meant what? I willingly chose to dishonor myself. I willingly chose to what? Disrespect myself. I willingly did what? Laid my own boundaries down to be able to connect with something that I already knew wasn't good for me. We got to stop blaming people for things that we did in our own life. And we have to be open and honest about how we're breaking our own heart, how we're contributing to our own suffering. What is it that we're doing that's bringing this type of stuff onto ourselves? Because the more that you work with that Christ conscious, it don't only show you who they are, it also exposes you to who you are as well. It's an outer body experience. You can put it in your chats. You can put it as outer body experience. So no, it's not scary. Hear me when I say this. It's not, I know it's not scary. It's just a little bit different. You're not used to seeing yourself in that light, right? You're not used to seeing yourself the way that God sees you. You're not used to operating with that level of power, that level of authority, that level of peace, that level of joy. You're not used to operating with that level of awareness. When your awareness starts to grow, it don't only show you them, it also shows you. It shows you where you're playing, what part you are playing in that situation. And the reason why it's showing you and what it is that you're doing is so that you can make the proper corrections inside of your life. Because how can you correct somebody else if you haven't corrected yourself? Come on. That's worth ink, right? That's worth ink right there. Your awareness, understand me, as you continue to grow and evolve and operate with that Christ conscious, you're experiencing the outer body experience. And while you're experiencing these outer body experiences is because God is showing you who you are. You're experiencing these outer body experiences because God is showing you who you are. That's worth some notes right there. Come on, double tap on my screen. Where you at? Where you at? Yeah. I should see some hearts going upside the screen. I should see some love coming right there with just that part alone. Because it's a lot of you. The problem is not other people, it's you. It's like, coach, you know what? It ain't even other people, it's me. Understand me. I know I need to let them go and I'm still holding on to them. I know I need to cut ties, but I still been holding on to them. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you, Miss D. Double tap on my screen. Let me get 200 stars on Facebook real quick. Can I get 5 badges on IG? Just simply for the fact that it's the truth. It is the truth. The unsaturated truth. The unsugar-coated truth. The undiluted truth. Understand me. I done separated myself from the folk that I ain't got no business being around. I be by myself and I be going through it. I'm going through it now, not because of other folk. I'm going through it because of myself. Understand me. Thank you, Benny Simpson, because I'm over here feeling sad about cutting off folk that gave me the scissors. I'm over here feeling bad about distancing myself from folk that I've already showed me that they're unsafe. I'm over here moping and crying because God then told me I didn't have to turn loose my favorite. And I'm over here sad because I don't know if I'm going to run into another one. And I really don't want to be by myself. And I'm over here sad, mad, and depressed and pacing the floor. And I'm upset with everybody. Ain't nobody did nothing to me. It's just me. Okay. All right, I never told you that I was going to be on my best behavior today. I never told y'all that. Y'all know I'm fresh off a fast. So yeah, it's going to get real tight real fast over in here. Don't worry about it. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I want you, because I want you to understand why you're having these out-of-body experiences. I want you to understand why. Yeah, because we talk so much, right? I talk so much to you guys about your spirit of discernment. And when I talk to you guys about your spirit of discernment, I tell you what, that your spirit of discernment is what is, it's like a parent. It's a spiritual parent. I told you this already. Your spirit of discernment, it acts as a spirit of a spiritual parent. This is how it behaves in your life. It influences you to do the right thing, but it also corrects you when you're doing the wrong thing. So your spirit of discernment, it acts as what? Your spirit of discernment acts as a spiritual parent. It influences you. It teaches you to do the right thing, but it also corrects you when you do the wrong. So when you're experiencing these out-of-body experiences, it's because God is exposing you to what it is that you're doing wrong so that you can make the corrections in your life. Because how can you expect for somebody to do something that you're not doing? How can you expect for somebody to behave in a way, or try to tell somebody to behave in a way that you're not behaving? How you tell them to be committed when you're not really committed? How can you tell them to love you in a way that you don't love yourself? How can you tell them to show up for you in a way that you don't show up for yourself? How do you expect for them to respect you in a way that you don't respect yourself? People are watching you, and this is why we tell you, you have to be a walking, talking, living, breathing example of what you want. Understand me? When you show up, you should show up like, I know that I'm that girl. I know that I'm that guy. I know that I'm worthy. I know that I'm deserving. I know that I'm supposed to be here. You should show up in every environment, head up, chest out, trusting and believing in who you are and in whose that you are. Your out-of-body experiences is just God's way of exposing you to you. This is a process of the becoming. There's nobody on their spiritual journey that's not going to experience that. Do not be shaken. Do not be afraid. Do not throw in the towel on it. No, you need to know the truth about yourself. You need to know what it is that you're doing. You need to know what mistakes you are making so that you can correct those things and continue to grow and evolve in your life. To become is to what? To become, what did I tell you? It means to grow, to change, to transform, to grow, to change, to transform. To become means to grow, to change, to become, transform, to grow, to change, to be transformed. I got tongue-tied. This is what that means. And every day that you speak on becoming over your life, you're saying that I'm growing, that I'm changing, that I'm becoming. Your spirit of discernment is always going to show you exactly what you need to do. It's always going to influence you to do the right thing. It says my spirit of discernment is so strong that what? The more that you operate with that Christ conscience, the more that you're locked in with Christ, the more that you're operating with his intentions on the regular basis, your spirit of discernment will be so strong. Not only will you know who you are, but you will know who they are as well. Your spirit of discernment brings you awareness of who you are, but also brings you awareness of who they are as well. So it goes back to give us more confirmation on the fact that God will not have you out here ignorant. Your spirit of discernment is going to show you who you are, and it's also going to show you who they are as well. That you won't walk into no environment and not be able to see exactly who you're dealing with. I want just y'all to double tap on my screen real quick. Double tap on my screen if you ever went into a room and immediately after you walked into that room, you felt the energy of the room. Whether it was good energy or it was bad energy, but you felt the energy of the room. If you know for a fact that you can walk into any environment and you can read that room, double tap on my screen. I just want to see how many of you guys are going to be honest and say, I walked in, and when I walked in, I felt uncomfortable. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate that badge. I walked in, and when I walked in, I felt uncomfortable, but I didn't know what it was. I just know that I ain't really care too much for the energy. I walked in, and I kind of felt like out of place a little bit, and I was like, am I supposed to be here? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you walking in the room, right? You walked in the room, you're like, I don't know about this. Thank you, Neek. Appreciate the badge. I don't know about this right here. That's your spirit of discernment. That's your spirit of discernment, making you aware of the environment that you're in. And too many of us, we walk into these rooms, into these spaces and these places, and guess what we do? We stay too long. You walk into a room, you walk into an environment, and the energy is completely off. Understand, your spirit of discernment is letting you know right then and there, no, this ain't the place for us right here. Yeah, you feel that awkwardness that you feel that out of placeness that you feel that energy that you feel right there. Baby, I'm letting you know right now, oh baby, this right, be prepared for warfare. Be prepared because it may go down up in here. It's letting you know right then and there. Why? Because God will not have us out here ignorant. He's not going to have you ignorant. He's going to make you very much aware of whatever it is that you're going to be dealing with. Thank you so much, Crystal Marie. I appreciate those stars. And a lot of times we are aware. This is what I'm telling you. So when you're on your journey and your experience, when you're operating with that Christ conscious and you're on this journey and you start to have those out of body experiences, stop being afraid by it. Stop shutting it out. Stop excusing it. Stop thinking that it doesn't matter. That's God's way of exposing you to the truth. He's letting you see things in a spiritual realm so that you can govern yourself accordingly in the physical. When you are experiencing an out-of-body experience, that's God's way of showing you, giving you insight in the spiritual realm so that you can govern yourself the way that you need to in the physical. He's letting you know, hey, look, I'm warning you right here. I'm letting you know right now. I'm exposing you to it right now. So don't go in here acting like you did not know, because I showed you what it was from the door. Don't go in this relationship acting like you didn't know you wasn't dealing with a liar, a cheater, a manipulator, a toxic individual, a narcissist, because guess what? I exposed you to who they were many times before you even got here. You felt, you saw the red flags. You felt the negative energy. You caught on to some of the lies, even if they was baby lies. You caught on to the lies already. And guess what you did? You decided to go over there and deal with it anyway. So don't come over here acting like you didn't know what you was getting into. Don't come over here crying and whining and falling all in the floor, sliding down every wall in your house and everything in between stack. Because guess what? You knew that already. So you're going to have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get on back up in the game. You're going to have to stop whining and crying about things that you already knew. You knew exactly what you was getting into. And you thought that by you going over there, that you was going to be able to change the situation, that you was going to change the person, that you was going to shift their mindset, that you was going to make them be something that you already knew that they were not. And when you see folk are not on your level, understand me, when you see people are not living how you live and they are not in alignment with your higher self, you owe it to yourself to separate yourself from those individuals and do it expeditiously. Why in the world would you want to be over there engaging, sitting up under dealing with anybody that's not on the same spiritual level as you, the same intellectual level even as you? For what? Do I look like I want to be an RA, RN, whatever them is? I'm not nobody's caregiver. I didn't sign up to babysit folk. I'm not about to be out here teaching grown adults. That's not my, no, not in no relationship. Baby, no, you have to handle your adult business before trying to connect with me. Understand me? This what you don't have to handle that. You're gonna have to know, you're gonna have to have some stuff going on in your life already. Understand me? Because a person who don't have nothing to lose will help you lose everything that you got. And you can be a person that's over here operating as your best self. You could be a person that's over here and you got your stuff together. You got your business, you got your brand, you out here and you doing the very best in life, best as you could be doing. You done shook off all your demons and put them to rest. You done separated yourself from everything that was holding you back, and now you moving forward in life and you glowing different, body looking good. Oh, it's T, clocking it, baby. Under that, you living your best life, and here they come. Hey, big head, here they come. Oh, you and now all of a sudden you over there compromising. Now all of a sudden you over there settling. Now all of a sudden you over there, you know what I'm saying, going through the absolute most in your life, not because of you, but because of what you're attached to. A person who don't have nothing to lose will help you lose everything that you got. Everything. And they don't care nothing about the fact that you're helping them. They don't care nothing about you're giving some of it to them. They don't care nothing about the fact that you're sharing it with them. Understand me. A person that is not in a healthy state, whether that's mental or spiritual or even emotional or even physical, if they're not in the right type of place to be able to see and appreciate what it is that you're bringing to them, you are throwing your pearl to the swine. Yeah. Oh. She say, stamp that. Come on, yeah, it's a fact. That's tight right there. That's tight right there. It's tight right there, but hold on. Come on, seasonal tea. You're throwing your pearl to the swine. Yeah, you throwing your pearl to the swine every single time that you connect yourself to somebody who's not mentally, who's not spiritually, who's not emotionally or physically stable enough to handle what it is that you got going on in your life. You are throwing your pearl to the swine. These folks don't know what to deal with nobody of your caliber. Understand me, they don't know how to handle nobody of your caliber. So when you're moving a certain type of way and doing certain things that are good for you and the person that you are, they are always going to find a problem. They're always going to have an issue. There's always going to be some complaining. There's always going to be some dissatisfaction that's going to be happening inside of that connection because you guys are not on the same page. What you want out of life and what they want out of life is just not the same. And we have to learn how to walk away from folk without feeling like we lost value or lost worth. Understand me, it's okay if you're not their type. It's okay if they're not your type. And we have to learn how to bow out of those situations gracefully. You don't lose value. You don't lose worth because somebody decides that they don't want to love you. You don't lose value. You don't lose worth because some folk decided that they wanted to end the relationship, that they no longer wanted to be friends anymore, that they didn't want to deal on that level anymore. That is okay. And we have to stop going over there looking for fault within ourselves, understand me, to try to justify why these folks feel the way that they feel. Baby, ain't nothing wrong with you. And I need for you to stop doing that. You'll go over there, start looking yourself in the mirror, examining yourself all up and down and round and everything else, trying to find a problem with you, trying to find an issue with you, trying to understand why they don't love me no more, Coach. Why they don't love me no more. I try to understand why they don't love me no more. You trying to figure out why they don't love you no more. You trying to figure out why they ain't choosing you no more. You trying to figure out why they won't get right for you. Good morning, Tara. How you doing this morning, sweetheart? Yeah, you trying to, yeah. And I'm going to tell you what happens in those situations. While you over there trying to figure out why they don't love you, why they not choosing you, why they not picking you, why they don't see the goodness, why they don't. When people are in a place where they're unhealthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, it doesn't matter how good you are to them, they'll never see it. Did you hear what I just said? When a person is unhealthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, and mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, they will never see how good you are to them. You can be coming and you can be doing and you can be providing and you can be going outside of your way and they will still not be satisfied. If I got any caregivers inside of my chat, I know y'all standing up right now. I know y'all standing up and y'all like, she ain't lying because that's tea. If you work in a hospital and you experience sick people, folk who can't do nothing for themselves, who can't even wipe their own backside, can't even wash their own face, brush their own teeth, and then here you are getting up out your bed, and you might not even be nothing but 100 pounds soaking wet with a brick and 4 ties, understand me, frail as all get out, and here you go, up in there every single day because you got a love for folk, understand me, you got a love for folk, you love folk, you getting up, and you going up in there every single day. I gotta make it make sense to y'all so y'all can understand while I said physical real quick. with, right? And you going in there and you wiping them and you brushing their teeth and you changing their clothes and you going outside your way to make sure they good, and they'll still look at you and be nasty with you. They'll still look at you and cuss you out. They'll still look at you and treat you like you're less than when you're the one that's up in there helping them. And it don't always got to be in no nursing home neither. It be with folks even in your family. If you've ever been a caregiver for somebody that was going through a terminal illness, and as they continue to go through their treatments and everything, they be so unhappy in their own life, so dissatisfied in their own life and what it is that they're going through, that they will take all of that out on you. You will be showing up for them. You will be giving to them. You will be praying with them. You will be going outside your way for them, and they will still have something to complain about. They'll still be mad at you for whatever reason. They're not really mad at you. They're mad at what it is that they're going through. Understand me? And they'll be taking it out on you. So again, I say to you, when a person is emotionally sick, right? When they are physically sick, when they are mentally sick, and when they are spiritually sick, there's nothing good that they're going to see in those moments. They can't see how good you are to them. They don't, they don't see how good you are to them. And I'm going to say this to you, you being good is not going to change it. Okay, hold on. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. I appreciate the stars, but the truth gonna be the truth. Let me just, friend. She said, wait a minute. And you, what you say, coach? And you being good to them, it's not going to change them. You giving them more of what they already don't appreciate. It's not going to change the fact that they are low down, that they are dirty, that they are liar, they are cheat, they are manipulators, they are gaslighters. Understand me? That they are narcissistic, that they are toxic. Understand that's not going to change them. When the people are already who they are at their core self, you can keep on loving them, you can keep on giving to them, you can keep on going outside your way, you can keep on bending over backwards, you can keep doing all of those things, but I want you to understand that it's just a performance. That's just a performance on your behalf. That's it. You're auditioning for a role that you will never really be able to get in their life, because they've already made up their mind that this is who they are, this is what they are. So no matter how much you give, no matter how much you do, no matter how much you bend over backwards, it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy. It's a waste of your effort. It's a waste of your resources. Understand me? You are damaging yourself. You are in fact doing what? Throwing your pearl to the swine. That's exactly what you're doing. And this is why it's so important for you to know and to call when enough is enough. That's your job. That's your responsibility. And you should not give that to anybody. I am going to be the one to say when enough is enough in my life. I don't care nothing about how mad you is at me because I ended the relationship. I don't care how frustrated you get with me because I said that I was no longer calling folk first. I don't care how you feel about me not showing up to functions that I did not get a direct invite to. Understand me? I won't be popping up. I won't be texting first. I won't be reaching out. I won't be knocking on no doors. I won't be emailing no folk to go check on them first. None of that. I don't care how you feel about none of it. It's my job to determine when enough is enough in my life. Thank you, Cherie, for the cash out. No. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Some folks are not going to be able to understand your becoming, or to accept your becoming, to appreciate your becoming because of the changes that it's going to bring. Understand me? Some folks are not going to be able to accept your becoming, appreciate your becoming, or celebrate your becoming because of the changes that's going to be happening in your life. Understand me? It's your favorite speaker. Cash App over. Let me get Crystal to come over. Crystal, can you go to IG and put up the Cash App for them, please? Some folk won't be able to accept it. Some people will not be able to accept, to celebrate, or to appreciate your becoming because of the changes that it's going to bring. Understand me? Because of the changes that it's going to bring. Some folk cannot fathom. They can't understand. They can't appreciate or celebrate the fact that you're trying to grow. How dare you try to grow? How dare you try to change? How dare you try to become somebody else? How dare you? Wait. You was easy to manipulate when you didn't know who you were. You was easy to control when you had low self-esteem. team, I could tell you anything. When your confidence was on the floor, ain't no way you think that you about to start what? And when you start holding them accountable and you start letting folk know that, baby, I'm no longer that individual, that I am what? That I am growing, that I am changing, that I'm transforming, you will start to see that your circle that was once big and all over the place, you'll start to see that your circle will get smaller and smaller and smaller, and it'll do it all on its own. You won't even have to say nothing half of the time to none of these folks. You don't have to have no tongue wrestling conversation. You ain't got to tennis nothing back and forth. You ain't got to do none of that. When you start working on yourself and your development, when your becoming start taking place inside of your life, I want you to understand. When it starts taking place in your life, then people around you will see it. People around you are going to see it. And even if they don't say anything to you right away about it, they still acknowledge it. Understand me? Well, yeah, come on, let's talk about that. Yeah, let's put that on the floor real quick. Even when some folk don't tell you that they see that you're growing, they don't see that you're evolving, that you're healing. Guess what, mama? They know that you're growing. They know that you're evolving. They know that you're no longer that individual. And guess how you can tell? Watch their patterns. Watch their mannerisms. Watch how they act when they come around you. Yeah. It won't always be that clock that T. Yeah, baby, some folks are too prideful to acknowledge the fact that you've changed. Come on, Lily, can I talk about it? Some people are too prideful to acknowledge the fact that you're no longer the individual that you used to be. Some people are too prideful. Their ego is too big to acknowledge that, oh man, you're growing, you're evolving. Oh man, it's hard for them to accept, right? It's hard for them to accept that you're no longer the person that you used to be. They can't accept that because they can't stomach that, right? They can't accept it because they can't stomach that. And I'm gonna say something right now, and it's probably gonna send some of y'all running down these virtual aisles, but there's some folk, understand me, no matter how much you think that they love you, no matter how much you think that they're on your side, that they're in your corner, that they're celebrating you, it's some folks in your life that you love more than anything, and those are your biggest haters. Oh my God, I need for you to know it. It's the truth, and I never told you that I was going to come on here and tiptoe around nothing today. It's my job to tell you the unsaturated, undiluted truth. The truth of the matter is some of you guys are in love with your biggest hater. You're in love with your biggest understand me? And that's just the truth about it. I ain't trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Anytime they come out their mouth and say something to you like, oh, but I know you, I know how you are. No. You know the old me. And the moment that they start throwing up the old you is the moment that they just expose themselves as a hater. Come on, street. Wait. Yes, I need for you to know that. The moment that as soon as they need to level up or they need to come at you, if the first thing that they do is always go back to the person that you used to be, that you used to do, and all of that, then they just expose themselves right there as your biggest hater. You are a hater because you ain't heard me say that in so long. You are a hater because you ain't seen me behave that way in so long. You are a hater because you ain't seen me show up in that type of way in a very long time. Only a hater will sit back and wait on an opportunity to say aha, to laugh in somebody's face or try to throw something up. That ain't been me in years, understand me, but yet and still that's what you want to go with. If you can't go with the fact that I had a moment that somebody did something and I had a human experience, so I got upset. You had to go all the way back there, huh, hater? Hi, hater. It's a fact. She said, Coach ain't no joke. I love you. Yeah, come on, talk to me. Let's be real. Can we be real or can we be real? Hi, hater. Hi, hater. Some folks can't wait for that opportunity. This is why Christ put the emphasis so strongly on us, making sure that we are a reflection, right? That we are a reflection of who he was here in this earth. Understand me? Because he's aware of the monitoring spirits. He's aware of the folk that's waiting on that opportunity to be able to try to expose you, waiting on that opportunity to try to talk down on you, to try to discredit you, or to try to slander you. He's aware, and he's saying, hey, look, I want to keep you on your P's and Q's. I want to keep you in operating with the right type of mindset. I want to make sure that your mind, you're steadfast, always abounding in the work of the Lord. I have to keep you right here. Thank you so much, Candace. Thank you, Antoinette. I appreciate y'all. Understand me. So when you're having, again, we're talking out-of-body experiences today. This is what we're talking about. So when you're having these out-of-body experiences and these things are starting to happen while you're becoming, while you're growing, while you're evolving, while you're healing, and you start seeing yourself from the outside and you're like, oh my God, I think I see a ghost, but the ghost looks like me. No, that's God's way of giving you spiritual insight. Sit in that for a moment, embrace that for a moment, and ask him right then and there, what is it that you want me to see? Open my eyes fully, right? So that I can see not just the mistakes of other people or the errors of other people or the incompetency of other people. Expose me to me. Oh, yeah. When you start, yeah, oh my God. When you start saying expose, yeah, that's when you really, yeah, that's when the becoming really start becoming, right? When you say, yeah, I ain't even show up to talk to you about nobody else. I actually showed up because I need you to expose me to me. Understand me. I know it, sister so-and-so, brother so-and-so, the deacons and the ushers got their issues, but I'm not here to discuss that. I'm actually here because I want you to expose me to me. See, I'm embracing my becoming, and in my becoming, I want to make sure that I don't take nothing into my new that was from my old life. Understand me. I want to be purged. I want to be cleaned. I want to be renewed. I want to be cleansed. Understand me. And that's not just surface level. Understand. I want mine from the inside out. When I walk away from this place, from this space, I want to walk away and I want to be brand new. When I walk away from this place and this space, understand me. I want to exude nothing but your goodness, nothing but your grace. I want to walk into environments, and when I walk into those environments, I want people to feel the energy before you speak. I want people to feel the energy through the embrace, through the hugs. I want folks to feel that love and that warmness, and not only that, I want them to feel safe. I want them to feel safe. Yeah, come on. We've spent, come on, coach, come on, hold it together, hold it together. We've spent majority of our life feeling unsafe. We've spent majority of our life feeling unsafe. And I'm not scared to say it anymore. We spent majority of our life fighting, trying to keep our head above water. Some of us fighting that boogeyman that always came in the dark. Some of us, the generational curses and brokenness that had been passed down year after year after year, generation after generation. We have developed fighting skills like none other. Defending our parents for choices and decisions that they made, we was fighting. Not wanting people to look at us like we were vulnerable or we were less than, we was fighting. Nowhere we went, we felt safe. Nowhere we went, we felt secure. Not even in the relationships that we were in. Most of us were in relationships, and those relationships beat us down so bad that we didn't even know if we was coming or we were going. They lied and lied so much that we don't even know what to believe. Our trust issues, understand me, was layers on top of layers on top of layers. In order for us to believe anything, we have to show up like Thomas. Do you hear me? We got to touch it. It has to be tangible. We have to see it. We got to put our hand on it. This is the damage of this here wicked world. The world is so wicked that it taught us how to, everything was unsafe. Don't touch, don't move, don't love, don't breathe, don't do. That's all we've been taught. And the moment that we start operating with that Christ conscious, the moment that we start to heal, we start to develop, the moment that we start to grow, we start to change, we start to transform. And now we're experiencing these out-of-body experiences. And with these out-of-body experiences, we have experiencing levels of peace, level of serenity. And now those of us who could not sit in silence because the silence was so loud, we're finding ourselves embracing that quiet time. Now, we can't stand for nobody to call my phone. Please don't call me. Don't text me. We just want to sit by ourselves. Understand me. We want to take trips by ourselves. We want to go sit in the movies by ourselves. We want to go dine by ourselves. And it's not even that you don't have people around you that you love. It's not even that you don't have people around you that you trust. It's that they have to understand that I've been feeling so unsafe for so many years. And I've been going through this for so many years that I'm finally feeling that, you're right, that humility. Understand me, I'm finally feeling what it is to be at peace and to love me and feel complete when it's just me, to be satisfied when it's just me. And it's not that I don't love you, but I haven't seen this side of me, this version of me. I haven't experienced this version of me. And it's not to take away anything from you, but I just need to love me for a while. I feel safe. I feel safe with me again. I feel safe with the decisions that I make for me again. I'm trusting me and the decisions that I make for me again. I'm showing up in the level of love and appreciation and respect that I have for me. Oh, I just need to bask in this for a second. I want to sit in it for a second. I want to enjoy it for a second. And that is okay. Don't let nobody make you feel bad because you want to spend time by yourself, just you and God. Don't let nobody make you feel like you are wrong for saying, I want to take some time. I need me a self-care date. I want to go get a massage. I want to get my feet done. I want to go get my hair done. And I just want to relax. Listen, don't call me. Don't text me. As soon as I'm done doing what I'm doing, I'll reach out to you. But just give me a moment to be able to breathe, to decompress, just to simply enjoy. Enjoy what? Everything that is. Everything that is nothing. Everything that is. And everything that is absolutely nothing. Sitting by yourself, enjoying that time, embracing those moments, really getting to know you and understanding who you are, what it is that you want out of life, and what it is that you're moving towards in life. These things are very important on your spiritual journey, because what happens is sometimes we can be so caught up in the day-to-day life and trying to make sure that we're the best everything for everybody that we start to self-neglect, right? We want to be the best everything for everybody, and we don't realize that by the time we finish being the best thing for everybody and give giving to everybody, showing up for everybody, pouring into everybody, that we have absolutely nothing left for ourselves. And that is not how this thing is supposed to go. This is not what it's supposed to be. Understand me. You owe it to yourself to prioritize you. You owe it to yourself to take not just care of you, but to take good care of you. You owe this to yourself. You don't owe nobody nothing, and don't nobody owe you nothing. But you owe you everything. But you owe you everything. The becoming is embracing, learning, wrapping your mind all the way around who and what you are, what it is that you want out of life. How do you plan on getting it? And most importantly, why do you even want it? Because if you develop a why you want something, right, now you have a reason of why you're getting up every day. You have a reason for why you're studying. You have a reason for why you're dedicated, why you're committed, why you're obedient, why you're so disciplined in it, right? You have to have your what you want. You have to have your why you want it, and you have to have a plan of how you're going to get it. Your what, your why, and your how. You have to have this on this journey, because every single day you're going to be growing and you're going to be evolving, and somebody's going to ask you that question. Well, what is it that you want, right? Why is it that you want that, and how are you going to get that? How you're going to make that happen? You have to have some type of plan in place, and don't get it twisted. When I say a plan in place, your plan can be, I'm trusting God. But while I'm trusting God, I'm also what? I'm aligning my life. So I'm working while I wait. I'm not just trusting God to come from heaven down here to come and do it for me. I know that that's not how this works. But what I am doing, I'm putting myself in the right places to get that blessing. I'm putting myself in the right environments to get that blessing. I'm aligning myself up for that thing that I say that I want. So if I know that that's what I want out of my life, I show God that I'm faithful, that I'm committed, that I have a plan in place, that I'm working the plan. And what will God do, chosen family? What will God do? He will meet you halfway. He gonna meet you halfway every single time. You step, he pour. You step, he pour. You step, he pour. He's going to meet you halfway every single time. Every single time. You step, he pour. He's going to be right there with you. Understand me? And this is how this thing works, right? So operating with that Christ conscious, it puts you in a place, in a space where you are in total and complete control of deciding when's enough is enough in your life. Understand me? Like I'm not about to allow people to continue to keep me from reaching my destiny. I'm not going to allow people to continue to keep me clammed up on this journey of your growth and development. Everybody that we spoke about inside the Bible, right? When things was done to them or for them, they were told what? It was times that Jesus would say, don't tell nobody, go get examined, and then you are what? A testimony, right? So things would happen for you. You didn't say anything right off because there was always protocol. And what happened? They would go to the priest, or they would go to the chief priest and whatnot. They would get examined, and then there would be a testimony. Your life is a testimony. This right here is for somebody, and I don't know who it's for, but I'm going to say it to you, right? I need for you to understand that your life is a testimony. Your life is a testimony. Your life is a testimony. Do not allow anybody to make you feel bad because you're telling your testimony. Do not let nobody make you feel like you're wrong for you exposing your truth. Don't let nobody make you feel like you should not say this and you should not do this because it's going to ruin that person's image, or the people going to look at them funny. Understand me. You don't get to destroy my peace and I protect yours. That's not what we're going to do. That's not the season of life that I'm in. Be prepared to be sick of me. me. I'm talking about big sick of me, baby. Yeah, for real, for real. I won't destroy my peace trying to protect yours. I'm not going to go outside of my way, understand me, and not speak my truth, not empty out this here vessel. I'm not doing that. I'm making room for my brand new. So if my truth exposes who you are, if my truth exposes your truth, then guess what? That's all on you. Maybe you should have never done what it was that you done. If you was going to be embarrassed by what you did, then you should have never did that. If you was going to be embarrassed by the way that you behaved, then you should have never did that right there, because I have a right to tell my truth. I have a right to expose what has happened to me, to be able to let my light shine, my life be a testimony for someone else that may be experiencing the same exact thing that I experienced on one level or another. And I cannot be concerned about your feelings. I cannot be concerned about your image. I can't be concerned about whether or not you're going to like me or not, whether or not you're going to talk to me or not, whether or not you're going to be cool with me or not. I have a right to tell my truth, whether you understand it, whether you accept it, whether you appreciate it or not. I have a divine right. And I can tell my truth, even if it exposes you. Understand that. It is okay for you to speak up and to speak out. Speak your truth. Because you never know who needs your truth. You never know who's waiting on somebody to say this, and this. And they say, oh my God, me too. The enemy wants to keep you quiet, want to keep you in a place where you never open up and say anything about anything, because he knows that if you speak it and somebody else went through it and somebody else went through it, then somebody else went through it. Oh yeah, he's losing people left and right, because now you're not feeling like, oh, I'm by myself, I'm the only one, and I should feel so ashamed. No, when you see that you're not the only one going through it, when you see that it's other people who have experienced it and experienced it on that level, then what happened? Then y'all start to speak about it. And the more you speak about it, the more you start to grow from it, the more you start to develop from it, the more you get stronger in it, the more it loses its effect on your life. It loses that hold that it has on your life, and that chain is broken off of you, but not just off of you, but everybody else that was going through it as well. Them chains start to fall off of them as well. Your life is your testimony. Please hear me. You don't have to destroy your peace trying to protect somebody else's peace, and you have a right to expose your truth, even if your truth exposes them. The becoming, it's about transparency. It's about shedding the old self. It's about separating yourself from what you used to be and giving yourself permission to become, permission to let go, permission to grow, and permission to move forward. The becoming is about freeing yourself from the person that you used to be, giving yourself permission to let go, permission to grow, and permission to move forward from the situation. Now, you have to always understand how the adversary works, right? The enemy is always going to fight you tooth and nail when it comes down to you growing and evolving, right? So his goal is to do what? His goal is to stop you where you currently are, right? The enemy has to work double time to distract you right there where you are. He has to destroy you at your current state, because if he don't destroy you at your current state, he already know he can't do nothing when you actually become. Understand me? Because of your awareness, because now you're aware of his tactics, you're aware of how he moves, how he operates, you know his devices at this moment. So why do you feel like, so he's fighting you tooth and nail when you're starting out your spiritual journey, right? He's coming at you hard body when you're first starting your spiritual journey. He's working overtime to distract you, to destroy you, to drag you, to discourage you, to pull you off course, because if he can get you at your current state, state, then you will never reach your level of becoming. If he can destroy you when you are a babe, then he know that you will never see your teenage years. If he can destroy you as a teenager, then he know you will never see your adult years. If he can destroy you as a young adult, then he know you will never see old age. Understand me? So his job is to destroy you when you are at your tenderest state. Understand me? So he tried to get you when you are fresh in and make you think, oh yeah, well, that right there, that's too much. And if I was you, I wouldn't be doing all of that. And that just required too much. And that's just a big old inconvenience. And oh, you believe all that. Try to dump all these different things inside of your spirit to make you question what you believe, to try to make you question what it is that you feel, to make you question, is this right or is this wrong? This is what the enemy does. Do all these things, drop these negative seeds all over the place to try to distract you, to try to pull you up out of alignment. Because if I have to stop you at your current state, because if I don't get you right now, I ain't gonna be able to get you. If I don't get you right now, there's a 99.95 chance I ain't gonna be able to get you. I have to get you right here. So he's constantly throwing arrows at you the same way that Saul threw arrows at David. Coach, you're gonna coach today. Wait, whoa. So come on, talk to me nice. Those that know, I know y'all like, ooh, wait a second, she owned to something. She owned to something. Cause where you going? There where I'm going. I'm going there. I'm going there. I'm going there. I'm gonna drink my water, but I'm going there. I'm going there with it. Just hold on. I can tell who read. I can tell who be reading. I can tell who be reading. Hold on, you have to understand. So this is how the enemy operates, right? This is how the enemy operates. He has to get you at your current state, right? At your current state where you're not in position yet, God, right? David was not in position at the moment, right? He was the person that was working for Saul in this moment. Now, yesterday I told y'all that David got anointed when he was just a boy. His dad considered him a runt, right? He was just a boy. So he got anointed, and when he got anointed, he was sent back out to the field to continue to do what? Herd the sheep. So he got anointed in one season and wasn't appointed until years on, right? So now, what am I telling you is that, yes, just because, right, you can be anointed right now. You can be anointed right now. You can have the Spirit of the living God wrapped all up and around you right now. And trust me, I believe that we all do. And it's about activating that. It's about activating it, right? So yeah, because see, we know that happened with Joseph, and we also know that what? It also happened with David. It happened with Joseph, and it also happened with David. Joseph was anointed at his daddy's house when he was given the dream, right? He had favor, and notice his favor then. Same thing with David. Both of them happened at their daddy's house. Let's just be real about it. So we do know that this happens in the house that you're in. This happened, right? All right, so now he comes over there. He's anointed at the house. He go back out there and he start working with the sheep. Now, when he comes, he becomes a worker inside the palace for Saul. He's the person that plays the harp for Saul. And he plays this harp for Saul, right? Because Saul has bad anxiety. And so he would have this bad anxiety. So David would come and he would play for him. And whenever David would play, he would play and he would be at ease all over again. Why? For the same reason that everything was successful, right? For the same reason that everything was successful when Joseph was inside of a house, when Joseph was running anything, everything did exactly what it was supposed to do. It was smooth. Why? Because the Lord was with Joseph. So when the Lord is with you, everything does what? It runs smoothly. Everything goes accordingly. Everything does exactly what it was supposed to do. So now David is also with the Lord, anointed by the Lord, called by the Lord. So what happens in this situation? He starts to play, and when he starts to play, this man get at ease, right? Now he's at ease. ease. He's relaxing, right? Because of what? The anointing of David, right? What's happening with David. But just because this was happening with David does not mean that Saul gave David any passes either. Understand me? Again, that goes back to what Coach said. When a person is what? Emotionally sick, mentally sick, physically sick, or spiritually sick, right? You can be good to them and they will never acknowledge your goodness. When a person is emotionally sick, mentally sick, spiritually sick, or what's the other one? Emotionally, physically, spiritually, or mentally. If they are sick in any one of those four areas, they will never see how your service is benefiting them. You could be helping them and it'll still not be seen by them because of their state. Understand me? So this is what I'm saying. David is there to help Saul. David is there providing a service for Saul. But because of Saul's state of mind, his emotional state, his physical state, his mental state, things he got going on in his own life, he did not see that David was actually his helpmate. David was there helping him. This is what, this is going to be so good. Oh, this is going to be so good. Hold up, pause. Hold on. Not y'all pause, but I be having thoughts, and the thoughts just be running. Now, this is what I'm saying to you. David is there to help Saul do what Saul needs to do, right? Inside the palace. And what is happening? Saul is throwing spears over there at David. This is the same thing that the enemy does to us on a regular basis. He does what? He throws spears at us on a regular basis. Throws stuff at us. And we find ourselves ducking and dodging and bobbing and weaving and running here and running there, getting away from everything. And you ain't done nothing. You like, wait a minute. Why in the world do you keep coming at me? Why in the world do you always find something wrong with me? And I'm the one that's helping you. How in the world can you find so much wrong with an individual that you gotta call when your emotional state, your mental state is all over the place? When you all over the place and you having panic attacks, anxiety attacks, you do all that whining and crying and throwing spears at me, but then I'm the one that come in and I'm the one that fixes it for you. I'm the one that come and plays for you and get you right back together. How is it that I do all of this for you and you can't see it? How is it that I provide such a good service, a big service for you when you are having the weakest moments, your weakest moments ever? I'm the one that come and I help rebuild you, but I'm the one that you tear down the most. I'm the one that you're throwing spears at. I'm the one that you're treating the way that you're treating, because when a person is mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically sick, no matter how good you are to those individuals, they'll never see it. They'll never appreciate it. They'll never respect it because of the state that they're currently in. Now, they're going out here and they're going to war, right? Now, he's throwing these spears at them. Now, David's still hanging on in there. David's still doing this thing. Why? Because David understands that there's a bigger can't walk out in this moment, because if I walk away, if I go back home, then what does that mean? That means that I'm walking away from my mission. I'm walking away from what God has called me to do. So even though I'm uncomfortable, even though I don't like this, even though I know for a fact I can take you, I know this already off the rip, I'm being patient with you. Because David wasn't crazy now. He knew. He knew he could take Saul. Don't ever get it twisted. Go read about it. David already knew this. He knew Saul didn't stand a chance to him. He already knew this. He knew this already. David been out there slaying lions, tigers, bears, and giants and whatnot. David was nobody's softy, okay? Let's just be clear. David was that guy. Oh, okay. But what controlled David? His Christ conscious. What kept David from doing the unthinkable? Even when you go read the story, you're going to see that he had opportunities to be able to do so. He had opportunities to go and destroy Saul, and he still never did it. He did not do it. He had the opportunity to do so, and he did not do it in those moments. He tried his very best not to have to do this to Saul. Understand me, his Christ conscious. David was showing up multiple times. He showed up with that Christ conscious. It became came. David, listen, Saul was a what? A thorn in David's side. Understand me. And that's what we experience every single day to this day. Mothers without children. It's like, how in the world I go outside my way to do everything for y'all, and y'all are so ungrateful. Y'all are so entitled. I done bent over backwards. I done gave y'all everything, including life. And put my life on the table to make sure you had life. Understand me. Do you know the pain that comes with giving birthing children? Do you know what women's bodies have to go through to give birth to a child? Do you know what happens in that moment? And for you to come out and be so rude, so disrespectful, so ungrateful, to think that, yes, wait a minute, it just don't make no sense. But that's another story for another day. This is the experience that David is having right now with Saul. The ungratefulness. Like, are you serious right now? I was sent here to help you, to do this right here for you, and this is what you do, and that's how you're going to have to show up in some spaces and places in life. You're going to be there, and these are going to be the type of people that you're dealing with. They going out there. Saul's issue. Double tap on my screen. Double tap on my screen. Let me get some love on TikTok. TikTok, let me get some love. IG, can I get some love? Can I get 5 badges on IG? Can I get 100 stars on Facebook? I want to tell you what Saul's issue was with David. David was showing up with Christ conscious. I'm gonna wait on y'all to give me some love. I got to get back in the habit of telling y'all to send me some love. Yeah, we be in this so deep, so now I got it. Yeah, I got this though. I'll double tap on my screen. Send me some love. Thank you, Shanika. I appreciate you. Let me get 100 stars on Facebook, 5 badges on IG. Double tap on that screen. The Cash App is your favorite speaker. Your favorite speaker. Here we are. David, it got the spears that's coming at him left and right, just like we have the spears of this everyday life coming at us left and coming at us right, constantly having to go back and forth, constantly trying to explain things to people, all this and that. This is what David is dealing with, right? This is what he's dealing with. Thank y'all so much, TikTok, for all that love that's coming through. Appreciate the stars that's over here on Facebook as well. Thank you guys. Y'all are getting up there, man. Y'all got 1,706. The goal is 2K. Y'all almost at y'all goal this morning. Double tap on that screen. Appreciate you, Gigi and God's girl. Thank you so much. I got those 2 badges. We need 3 more badges over there on IG, right? So now this is where we at. Thank you, Neek. Good morning to you, sis. Listen, this is where we at with this, right? So David is operating with Christ conscious. He's showing Saul love in spite of Saul, right? He's showing Saul love. Shamika, thank you so much for that Cash App. He's showing Saul love in spite of Saul, right? Thank you, Miss Driver. I appreciate you. In spite of everything that's happening, he's still doing it. Kenyatta Brown, thank you. Thank you, Miss Hickman. I appreciate you guys, right? But what is Saul's problem? Saul, I'm excited if I say David is operating with Christ conscious. So draw 1 stick man, David, Christ conscious. Saul is under the influence of the adversary. Saul is operating like the adversary. David's behavior is the behavior of Christ conscious. Well, why do you say that? Because Saul is David's opposition, and anything that comes against the word of God is the opposition. Anything that stands in between us reaching the goal, the mission, the thing that God has given us, if you're the opposition, you're operating like the adversary. I'm not saying you are the adversary, but I'm saying that you're being influenced by him in this moment, right? And I can say that because Saul didn't see the bigger picture. He did not see what David was there to do. Saul saw David as a replacement. Understand me? What you say, Coach? Saul saw David as a replacement. He did not see David as the helpmeet that he actually was. This man was there, and this man was helping you. He was putting his own life on the line for you. He was going outside of his way to calm you in your emotional states when you were having panic attacks, stress attacks, and all of that. He was the one that was there, that was helping you, and you were blinded by your own jealousy, your own rage, your own what? fear. And who operates with the spirit of fear? The adversary. The spirit of fear is not of God. Understand me. We know that already, right? Because that's what we learned last week. The spirit of fear is not of God. That's not the spirit of him, right? So we know this. So Saul is operating with the spirit of fear, and that fear that he feels is the fear of being replaced. He could not see David for the goodness that he was and what he was bringing to his life, because he was so fearful of being replaced by him. He could not see David and all of his goodness and everything that was good about David because his own insecure. Yes, because of his own insecurities. You got some folks in your life, you are really good to them, right? But they are so insecure when it comes down to you because of the way that you shine, the way that you glow, the way that people love you, the way that people respect you. They are extremely intimidated by you and everything that God is doing in your life. And even though you're sharing and you're giving everything that you got right there with them, they can't see that, because in their mind, they're trying to figure out, wait a minute, why is it you? How could it be you over me? And I'm the one that have this, and I'm the one that have that, and I'm this person and that person, and then here you come. You mean to tell me I just got you up out of a field? You was out there in a field herding sheep, and you think for 1 second that you gonna come up in here and then all of a sudden take my spot as a king? You a sheep herder. Understand? You are a sheep herder. It's some folks in your life. This is what I'm telling you. This is why operating with Christ conscious is so important, so that you can do what? Experience your outer body experiences, so you can see the places and spaces in your life where you need to make the adjustments. And guess what? You have to shed that old you so that the new you can take place, because there's going to be some folks in your life that's going to only see the old you. Understand me? He saw him as a sheep herder. And what did that? But I can go further back, because when we go back to Joseph, because I'm going to always talk about my boy Joseph, right? When they saw Joseph, they showed Joseph as a Hebrew servant, and they didn't even realize the power that was inside of Joseph. They saw him as a Hebrew servant, not as the powerful chief priest that he was becoming. They saw David as a sheep herder. Understand me? He's a sheep herder, had no idea that he gonna be king. But what you say, Coach? Pay attention to this chosen family. The enemy is not ignorant to your assignment. The enemy is not ignorant to your assignment. That's worth ink. That's worth ink right there. That's worth ink. Lily, I'm going to make that make sense. Give me a second. Watch this. Let me show you something. The enemy is not ignorant to your assignment. The enemy knows exactly who you are. And he knows exactly what it is that you're going to become when you make the right choices. The enemy is not ignorant to your assignment. So stop thinking that the enemy don't know what it is that you are going to do and what it is that you are going to become in life. He's very much aware of this already. Saul could look at, oh my God, you're doing it today. Understand me. Saul could look at David and he could tell that David was the replacement, and that was the reason why he behaved the way that he behaved. Saul could look at David and see the way that David was moving. He can tell by the way he walked. He could tell by the way he handled himself. He can tell by his mannerisms that he wasn't regular smegular. Understand me? Because if that was the case, he would have been throwing spears at everybody. Why David? Why the one that's helping you? Why the one that's providing such a big service for you? Because the enemy knows exactly who you are and exactly what it is that you're going to do if you make the right decisions, if you maintain on your square, if you follow through, if you are committed, if you are obedient, if you stay in alignment. The enemy know that lady on your job that's hating on you so bad and you ain't doing nothing but your job. Oh, that's because she see the potential all over you. She know that if you really get locked in and you take this job seriously, you're going to go from being the person that's working on the line to the person that's actually running this whole entire department. That's the reason why they come at you so hard. Yeah, understand me. Yeah, they see this already. The enemy sees this in you already. You got some folks inside your family that want to be the family manager so bad. They want to be the family manager so bad, but they ain't managing nothing but to hold the generational curses and whatnot over the family. but they see you and see you coming. They see you putting together family things. The family come over there and have the time of their life. They see you changing the whole mindset of the family. They see this happening with you, and this is the reason why they have such big issues with you, such big problems with you, why they come after you the way that they do, because they know that if the family start following you, that you're going to be replaced, and them folk don't want to be replaced. They act just like Saul. They are intimidated by your goodness. They intimidated by your strength, about the anointing, the things that God has over your life. They are intimidated by it, jealous of it, fearful even. Fearful even. And you helping them. David didn't put it all on the line for Saul. The enemy is aware of what your assignment is. But the enemy is also aware of the fact that he can't stop you from accomplishing that assignment, completing that assignment. Oh, you got to make that make sense. I wanted to go somewhere else, but let me come back right here real quick. The enemy is, in fact, aware of your assignment. He knows exactly what God has created you to do and what you're going to be doing. He knows this already. Ain't none of this no secret to him. But he also knows that you have a divine right of choice, right? And the enemy cannot destroy you without your participation, right? You have to participate in your own demise. You have to give him your attention. You have to feed into the thing that he's bringing to you in order for him to destroy you. He does not have the power nor the authority to destroy you. He has the power and the authority to influence you, to trick you, to bamboozle you into destroying yourself. He's not as strong as you give him credit for. He's just a manipulator. He's just a deceiver. He's just a narcissist. That's it. But you walk around like he's above you and you're really above him. He says the baby that was born will crush his head. In order for you to crush the head, you have to be above the head, which means the head have to be below you. Go back and read about Eve and the serpent. Be knowledgeable about what that scripture say. He's below you, not above you. Let's be real. Let's be real. I just want to be real. Let's be real. Can we be real about it? Yeah, come on. Friends, yeah, sit in there for a minute. So, hey, hold on. We in virtual church. I see the hands. I got some folks worshiping right now. Yeah. You give him power that he don't deserve. Yeah, you give him authority that that's not rightfully his. The only way that he can destroy you is with your participation. The only way that the enemy can destroy you is with your participation. You have a divine right of choice. And I know this is brand new information, y'all. I get it. But the enemy knows your assignment. He knows that you're not hiding anything from him. He knows exactly what it is that you were created to do. But he's also knowledgeable about the fact that he can't do nothing about it. There's nothing, not a devil in hell, that can stop what God is going to do in your life. Understand me. Not a man nor a woman walking God's green earth is raw enough to be able to stop what God is going to do in your life. How God is going to move in your life, that ain't got nothing to do with nobody but you and God. Understand me. The only way that any of these things play a factor is if you give them time, if you give them attention, if you feed into it. It's the same thing that I told you yesterday. People can say whatever they want to say. They can throw seeds all over the place, but it's left up to you whether or not you're going to allow those seeds to take root. The enemy cannot do anything to you that you do not allow. So whatever it is that you're experiencing in this moment, whatever hardship, whatever dark hour, whatever thing that's bothering you deep down in your soul right now in this moment, in this hour, I want you to know that you have the power and the authority in the inside of you to shut that thing down. That thing is not stronger than your God. It is not more capable than your God. I need for you to step up and step back into position. Understand me. You don't have to defend yourself. God is our vindicator. Understand me. You don't have to create a way, because God is our way maker. You don't have to figure out how you're going to try to provide, because our God is a provider. He is El Shaddai in our life. Understand me, he operates in abundance. And even when it don't look like it, even when you don't understand it, even if it's not making sense to you, I need for you to know his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. All you got to do is stand still and allow God to move in your life, and he will do exceedingly and abundantly more than you can ask or even think. You just got to get up. You meeting him halfway is getting up. You meeting him halfway is stepping back into position. You meeting him halfway is getting up and putting on your full armor. You don't have to have it all the way together. Stop worrying about having it all the way together. Stop worrying about how you're going to do it. This is our year of restoration. This is our year of big. This is our year of overflow. This is our year of pressed down, shaken together. You have to claim it, though. You have to align your life for it. You have to be willing to do what is necessary to get this job done. Are you committed or not? Are you committed or not? Yeah, God. That's worth some ink right there. Stop being thrown off when things start happening, when you are growing, becoming what you're supposed to become. Stop being thrown off or distracted when things start happening as you're becoming, because that's nothing but the enemy throwing spears, just like Saul. Stop being distracted when things start happening. That's nothing but the enemy, right? The second thing I want to make sure you guys wrote down, the enemy cannot destroy you without your participation. The enemy can't destroy you without your participation. You got to be participating in it. He don't have the power or the authority that you've been given him. Thank you, Nicole Blue. I appreciate that cash out. He don't have that power, y'all. He don't have that authority. Now, here go David out here helping Saul. They go to battle. They go to battle. Again, this is how we know that Saul's problem with David is that Saul sees the greatness that's all over David. That he sees that David is his replacement, not because David has said this. Nowhere in there does it say that David said this to him. Understand me, this has not been a discussion. He sees this. He acknowledges this. He can tell in the way that he walked, the way that he talked. He can tell it in the person that David is, that David ain't no regular, smegular individual. He tells this, right? He can tell this. So now in this moment, when they go to war, what happened? When the women get out there and they sing it, there's always a woman involved. I'm telling you, okay, well, that's another story. Now here the women go. They out there singing and whatnot. Oh, Saul slayed his 1,000, slaughtered and saved his 1,000, and David has slayed his tens of thousands. And yay, Saul, yay, David, yay, Saul, yay. They out there and they're celebrating because they just won the battle, right? They just won the battle, right? So they're celebrating because they won the battle. The women in this moment, they're just singing about what has happened over there in the battle. But Saul is not in a celebratory type of mindset. Why? Because when a person is emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually sick, they can't even see the goodness that that's happening around them. They can't even appreciate the goodness and the things that's happening around them because they're so sick in that sick state, right? So even though they didn't won the battle, which should have been the thing that they were celebrating, which should have been the thing that they was the happiest about, because y'all didn't won the battle. So now this same man that you've been throwing spears at, this same man that you've been over here doing all this with, he done went out here, and not only did he do his part, he did more than his part. You did 1,000, he did 10,000, and this was not just to protect himself, this was to protect you. This was your battle, Saul. This was your issue right here. This man went out there, put his life on the line for you, and you still got an attitude. And I'm telling this to you because I want you to understand that you can be helping them and they'll still have a problem. They'll still have an issue. They'll still be ungrateful. They'll still be unappreciative. This is how folk work. I saw the cash app, but I couldn't catch the name, but thank you. What, Coach? Saul couldn't see the bigger picture, which is what they won. It's the fact that they won because he was so caught up in the fact that David slain 10,000 and he slain 1,000. Saul couldn't appreciate the fact that this man had came and put his life on the line and went out there and fought a war, a battle that wasn't even his, done all of that because of his emotional, his mental, his spiritual and physical state. Understand, when you are sick in any of these areas, you don't see clearly. And that's just that on that. Thank you, Terrence Jones. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Listen, I want you to understand that. So he couldn't see it. So now the person that is helping you is now considered your op. You have a problem. You have beef with the individual that's helping you. You got problem. You got beef with the individual that's bending over backwards for you, that's going outside of their way, that's making sacrifices for you, that's giving to you, that's supporting you. This is why I tell you guys this all the time. You have to be mindful of these things. You have to watch how people move. Watch what it is that folk do, right? So now they're in this situation where now Saul got an issue with David. But listen here, Saul, your problem is with numbers. You slayed 1,000. David slayed 10,000. The women are singing it. I hate her, you're right. Saul, I see something. I'll put this back up. I see something. And I need y'all to see it. How I see it. Y'all know I love this board. I love this board. Ain't nothing like a teacher and a board, okay? Saul, David, he did 1,000. He did 10,000, right? As long as it's me and you, there's no problem. Because we're the only two that sees what's happening. See, if it's just me and you, then nobody else know what's going on, then I'm okay what's going on in that moment. But most people's problem with you is that they're not the only one that see you and see you in a way of greatness. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. The problem is if it's just behind closed doors and they can pat your back. Come on, Jasmine. Am I lying? Come on. Come on. Who's going to be real? Have you ever had to deal with somebody? They show you all the love in the world behind the scene, all in your inbox telling you how beautiful you are, how talented you are, how anointed you are, how skillful you are, and everything else, baby. They will pat your back until it's so in the inbox, baby. But in public, in front of folk, on your actual page, they will never say a word. They will, See, I can love you behind closed doors, mirror, mirror. Come on now. But it's in front of everybody. It's in front wait a minute, there's a difference, right? So now Saul is okay with things being done behind closed doors, but the problem comes in is these folks right here. It's these folks right here that is the problem. Because not only now do I see your greatness, not only now do I see what it is that you're able to do, but these folks down here, they see it as well. They see you as bigger than me. They see you as bigger than me because they know I only did 1,000. They know that you done 10,000. Now the real problem is not that, David, you're helping me. It's the fact that they see that you helping me. Oh, now we at the nitty gritty of it all. Yeah. Now we at the nitty gritty of it all. See, now, if I was helping you behind closed doors, there would be no problem with it. But because I'm helping you in front, folk, and they know that I am capable, that I'm able, now that poses a problem for you. Understand me? So Saul's issue with David was now that everybody else saw the greatness that was all over David, the same greatness that he saw himself. Now these folks is able to see it as well. Saul's issue was inadequacy. Saul's issue was inadequacy. Saul saw himself as powerful and big and all that as king, because he was king. He saw himself big until he was exposed to someone who was bigger. The spirit of comparison. When Saul started to compare himself to David, is when he triggered the spirit of inadequacy. The spirit of comparison will always trigger the spirit of inadequacy. The spirit of comparison will always trigger the spirit of inadequacy. Saul was okay until he was being compared to David. Now he don't feel like he's Big Saul, King Saul, the one that's in charge, because the one that was beneath him, the shepherd's boy, has done more than Big Dude did. Big Saul didn't do what little shepherd boy did. So now he feels inadequate. Now he feels inferior. Now he feels like he's not enough, because the spirit of a comparison will always trigger the spirit of inadequacy, right? And what do adults do, right? Adults behave like children when their back is against the wall. So now Saul and David, now they have an issue, not because David disrespected him, not because David betrayed him, not because David let him down, but because David helped him. Saul's issue with David was a Saul issue. It wasn't a David issue. And this is why I said you guys have to stop looking for fault inside of yourselves when people are always feeling a certain type of way about you, when they don't pick you, when they don't want to love you, when they don't want to do whatever. Sometimes it's not you, it's them. When you are operating with that Christ conscious and you know that you are in alignment with God and you're following his instructions and doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, when you're having those out-of-body experiences, that's because God is showing you you. He's showing you the things that you need to correct in your life, things that you need to work on in your life. So when you're correcting those things and holding yourself accountable for what it is that you're supposed to be doing, you're doing your job. That's right. So when folks say, oh, I don't want to love you, I don't want the relationship, I don't want the friendship, I want to go on about my business, what do you do when you're operating operating with Christ conscious. You bow out gracefully. Go find your happy, sweetheart. Go find your joy. Go create the life that you want. You don't hold folks in places that they want to be free from. When they decide that they can go find better, do better, whatever the case is, you bow out gracefully. You don't lose sleep over it. You don't pace the floor. You don't slide down walls. You don't start missing meals. Any of that. When people decide that they want to go, you bow out gracefully and allow them to do so. Why? Because when you know who you are, you also are aware of who they are as well. And I respect the fact that you understand that you cannot handle someone of my caliber. That's right. I respect that now. Now it makes you look at people leaving. It makes you look at it different. Now you don't see betrayal as betrayal anymore. You just look at it and say, oh, well, I mean, abandonment as abandonment anymore. You get it. I understand. You couldn't handle someone of my caliber. I'm not like everybody else. You're not going to be able to talk to me crazy. You're not going to be able to walk me like a dog. You're not going to be able to manipulate me. You're not going to be able to gaslight me. You're not going to be able to project on me. You're not going to be able to manipulate and twist and turn conversations and things. You're not going to make me responsible for your responsible thing, your responsibilities. Those things don't belong to me. I won't be taking on nothing that's not mine. And you might can run into somebody that's going to be your bag lady, but it won't be me. You might run into somebody that's going to be your professional fixer, but I'm not Olivia Pope. And baby, this life is not scandal. It will not be me. I will not be going to get Hulk and all the rest of them to come and fix your mess. That ain't for me to do. I need for you to understand. Yeah, find you somebody else to play with expeditiously. My detachment is one top tier. If I don't know how to do nothing else, I know how to get out of folk face and out of their way, and not do it expeditiously, the fast way only, mid-conversation, if the vibration ain't giving what it's supposed to give. That's it. I'm about to go. Folding up my iPad. I'm closing up my iPad and I'm about to go. That's my message. That's my message for today, baby. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Yeah, embrace your outer, for real. Embrace it. Embrace when you're experiencing those outer body experiences, learn how to embrace it. Ask God, what is it that he want to show you about you in those moments? Because you want to fix you. You want to correct you. You want to hold you accountable. Because you cannot tell somebody to be something to you that you are not actively it yourself. Understand me. You want to be loved a certain type of way, respected a certain type of way, taken care of a certain type of way. You have to make sure that you are all the things that you also require. Because there's going to be some folks that's going to be holding you accountable to that. You have to be a reflection of what Christ would be right here in this earth. You owe nobody nothing but love. Keep that in the front part of your mind. And me loving you does not mean that I have to be connected to you. Yes, I need for you to know that me loving you does not mean that I have to be connected to you. I can love you and love you from a safe distance. When I realize that you are an unsafe person, then I owe it to myself to govern me accordingly and to get right on up out your way. If I know a moving car is coming, what do? I step over on the sidewalk. I get out of the way of the moving car. So some of these vehicles, these body vehicles, when they coming and you know they coming full speed ahead and you know the damage that they about to do, jump up over on the sidewalk. That's exactly what you do. Get right on up out of that way, baby. Yeah, you won't destroy my life. Understand me, because people who don't have nothing to lose, they have no problem, and they gonna do it quick, fast, in a hurry to help you lose everything that you got as well. They will work double time, baby. Understand me, to help you lose everything that you got. They can't stand to see you grow. Can't stand to see you succeed. Can't stand to see you smile. Can't stand to see you have joy. Everything about you, give them the itches. Understand me, they itch about everything that got something to do with you, and that ain't your problem, that's theirs. Let them go get their own cortisone. I'm about to get up out of here. Every single day that you wake up and you put 10 toes to the ground, I want you to sweat yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love you, because there's no love like self-love, and you first have got to love yourself way before you're able to love anybody else. It's your favorite online motivational speaker, life coach, and evangelist. It's your girl, Street Poet. I'm no folk coach. I'm gonna have to stick beside them. I'm their coach. That's me. When y'all see me out there, yeah, I'm them folks' coach. I'm the one. I'm that one. Yeah, yeah. When they be walking out and yeah, cutting ties with folks and yeah, that be me. Them my people. Yeah, we don't stay in environments where we are tolerated. We have to be celebrated. We are those type of folks. Yeah, I'm their coach. That'd be me. Yeah, I'm gonna stick beside them now. I'm gonna stick beside them. I know you ain't understand the detachment, but yeah, we talked about it, and I definitely told them to go on and leave you alone. What you told them, coach, leave them. Hello, leave them. They don't appreciate you, leave them. They don't respect you, leave them. They don't hear you, leave them. I tell my people, don't even have the same conversation over and over. Them folks heard you the first time. Do I not? They heard you the first time. Them folks ain't nothing wrong with their hearing. Hear me, they heard you the first time. And if they did not respect what it was that you said the first time, they've already let you know that they not paying you no attention. They already know that they letting you know right there they not respecting your boundaries. What you tell them, coach, leave them. That's it. And I don't be caring how long y'all done been with them neither. I tell my folks, I don't care how long you done been with them. If they don't treat you right, then you leave them. If you're not satisfied, then you leave them. And guess what else I tell them? You don't owe nobody explanation for why you left neither. It's up to you to decide when enough is enough. If you tired and you ready to go, then you be tired and you be ready to go. That's it. That's all. They ain't got to understand your life. That's why it's called your life. Your life, not their life. You're not living your life for them. If you're not happy in your life, then it's time for you to G.O., baby. That's it. Like a storm. Get up out of there. I don't be playing. I don't be playing, y'all. And I'm going to be installed August the 30th here in Columbia, South Carolina. So if y'all want to be a part, I don't know where we're going to put you at because it looked like it's going to be packed out. Yeah, but we will bring out some fold-out chairs. You know what I'm saying? Some of the chairs that you take to the little basketball. Not basketball, but the soccer games. If y'all got some of them chairs, let me show you what it look like. Hold on. Because I'm convinced that we probably going to have some of these at this installment because everybody's trying to come outside with me. And I understand if you got one of these right here, go ahead and bring yours. Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead, pack it in your car. Yeah, this right here. If you ever, I'm from the South, y'all. I'm from the South, and we have revival. So I know my installment is possibly going to look like a revival, and I'm okay with that. It's possibly going to look like a revival. Don't nobody judge me because this is what's going to happen, right? So we got the flyer up, yeah, and we gonna do what we gonna do. That's it. Bring, yeah, because, yeah, if you bring this, you got a little cup on it. You got your little cup thing on there. You can put your bottle of water in there because, you know, yeah, it might get a little hot in there when you have a lot of people somewhere. It started to get hot, so you put your little, freeze your bottle of water the day before. Go ahead and put it in the freezer so you can drop it inside of there. So when you come in, you just pull it out and you sit right there. As long as you ain't blocking the door or blocking the aisles, we should be fine. We just can't create no fire hazard, right? So we just got to make sure that that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Talking about she can't be stopped, y'all. I asked her, but she's so serious. I am. That be the thing. The thing be, I know I'm country, so it sounds funny. But the reality is I be being for real. That's the thing. Like, to know me is to know that I be serious, you know. So that's what we're gonna do. And after my installment, we have immediately after we having a fish fry. Yeah, I know my people was gonna take me somewhere nice to eat. I don't want to go nowhere nice to eat. I want to have a fish fry. I want to have a fish fry. I want fish, and I want French fries, and I want salad, and I want coleslaw and macaroni and cheese. That's the stuff that I want. That's what I want. And some sweet tea lemonade mix, Alan Palmer. Is that what they call it? That's what I want. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I want a birthday. I want a installment cake. Yeah, I like cake for every situation. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I am a cake girl, okay? I believe in having a good old celebration cake. So yeah, we're gonna have a little cake over there too. But yeah, I ain't in charge of nothing. I just, you know what I'm saying, I just said what I wanted, and things start happening around here, and I give God the glory for all of that. Yeah, that's what I want. That's it. Friends, they sound good to me. Hey, you see what I'm saying? Hey, that's it right there. That's it right there. But I love y'all. So if you guys are anywhere in this area, I got the flyer up currently on my Facebook, on my Instagram page right now. And you guys are trying to come and celebrate with me, sharing this moment in Christ with me. I would love for you guys to be there. That's going to be August the 30th at 2 p.m. here in Columbia, South Carolina. I know I got some people that's looking for hotels and all of that. So I did post a flyer early so that you guys could go ahead and make your hotel reservations. And if you guys are flying, you could get better deals with your flights because it's giving you some time out to go ahead and do so. So I didn't want to spring nothing on you guys last minute. I wanted to give you guys time to plan to be there, to share in that moment, because I'm going to tell you right now, it would, for me, I could not do this moment without you guys. I could not do this moment without inviting you guys, because some of you have been with me since 2017 when I first started this journey. And how dare I have an installment and not include you guys in that, when you guys have witnessed my growth and my development, my healing. You have witnessed this whole entire journey. We have celebrated together. We have cried together. You know what I'm saying? We have that. We've worshiped together. We've, you know what I'm saying? We didn't had church together now even. It's like we've done everything together, and we are family. We are family, and I want you guys to have the opportunity to be there, to share in this special moment right there with me. And so, yes, it's going to be August the 30th. It's going to be right here in Columbia, South Carolina. The flyer is up on all platforms. I love you guys so much, man. And I will talk to you guys soon. This weekend, I will be, she told me she opened the ticket thing back up. So this weekend, I will be in Jacksonville, Florida. If you have not got your tickets for Jacksonville, Florida, I will be speaking Saturday, May 17th for the brunch. And I will be hosting the award ceremony, which is the 18th. So yes, Jacksonville, Florida, if you have not got your seat, make sure you go on there so you can get your seats. I love you guys so much, man. And I'll see you guys.